Welcome back to Players' Championship number 6, and this is the final. Gian Van Veen, who made the final yesterday, came oh so close to picking up his first PDC senior title, up against Luke Humphries, who's got loads of them.
Yeah, he's got 4 Players' Championships. In addition to all those multiple majors, including the World Championship. Van Veen, though, is going to throw first in this match, so he's made the start he wanted. Now, the heartache of yesterday, of 24 hours ago, can Van Veen consign that to the dustbin of darting history? Or will it be more agony for the big Dutchman against the world number 1?
Well, it's been all agony in their meetings so far for Van Veen. Did meet in a semi-final of Players' Championship 8 about 11 months ago, and he was edged out 7-6 in the semi-final. They've had a couple of meetings on the European tours, one in the last 16, a 6-2 win for Luke, and one in a quarter-final, a 6-4 win for Luke. And Players' Championship 20 last year, a last 16 meeting that Luke won 6-2.
58.
Well, Humphries has won 4 of these, they're saying. One of those was in Leicester in 2023, in July, when he beat Chisnall 8-7 in the final of that one.
180.
And there is the opening salvo in terms of maximums.
Yes, pretty much a trademark of the
95.
Humphries game when he's in tip-top form. He's been made to battle today, but has had all the answers to the questions.
56.
And that right on the edge of the bullseye. Seeing another ball here. Well, hopefully seeing 2 of them in a 25.
Yeah. There's one. Now 25. Misses the
85.
second part of the combination.
I think he was too scared that he was just going to follow that one in. It was nailed on to go ball.
21.
Sketchy start for Luke Humphries in terms of the finishing. Could cost him the opening leg. Maybe not. Double 10. Does cost him the opening leg eventually. Humphries will feel he should have broken there. Had plenty of chance to do so.
85.
Not just the missed dart of bullseye, which can happen to anybody, obviously, all the time, but the 2 at double 8, or the breakdown of 25, 96. The 2 darts at double there will disappoint him most.
Yes. Both were spectacular in different ways in their semi-finals. Humphries getting the better of Ross Smith with a 107.39, and Van Veen reeled off 7 on the spin 96. Against Rasma. Ended up with a 103.34, which is, they're pretty much in the same ballpark, aren't they? It's a dart here or there, that's all.
100.
Van Veen now ranked 25th in the world.
Moving in the right direction.
Yes, most definitely.
59.
Most definitely. Definitely on the improve.
Humphries will be arguably number 1 in
60.
the world right up until the point he goes to defend his defend the World Championship money from 18 months or so ago.
90.
He will be defending that in January.
It depends, Chris, doesn't it, if Littler goes on the rampage in the remaining big tournaments, because Littler's got no points to defend because he's only just started as a professional, which seems staggering to say, but it is true.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some projections, and it could come in January, but it'd have to be a variable if things happen. 1, Humphries
100.
Go out first round, and 2, Littler defend the Worlds. Was he going to stay there? Well,
no score.
Yeah, he said wow, but it looked unlikely after dart 1. I know he's very, very good at navigating around what looks like blockers. Double 10.
Similar scenario to the last leg.
Game shot.
Very similar. Same outcome. Yeah, at the moment, Littler is, do a bit of maths here, 617,000 pounds or ranking points behind Humphries.
180.
And that's before this match, by the way, because that could add a little bit to the lead. Only a small amount in relative terms.
Yeah, 15,000.
Well, 10 has already gone on, though. That's live and in running.
Yes.
So it could add another 5 on, if you see what I mean, Chris, from
Yes.
the 15 winning to 10 runner-up.
Yeah.
57.
So Little would have to start winning tournaments like left, right, and centre in terms of the big ones: match play, Grand Prix,
140.
Grand Slam, these kind of events, Players' Championship finals.
60.
And I wonder what price England will be to win the World Cup, Chris Mason.
Well, if it's
145.
anything bigger than around about 1 to 4, then I would be
You'll
shocked.
be taking a wheelbarrow down to a betting office, will you? Yeah.
55.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just empty one of the safes.
Yes, I mean.
Game shot.
And Luke Humphries finally on the board and finally hitting a double.
Yeah, with a 10 dart break of throw. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful leg. Did have a 9 yesterday, of course.
59.
Was that today or yesterday? I don't know. I think it was today.
134.
Yeah, 2 in a week. This stage, the mind's going to mush.
99.
Feels like I've just been watching one big tournament over 2 days. Oh, Van Veen responding.
180.
Indeed he does.
These two now are in the zone.
4 maximum
58.
shared equally. Van Veen, though, has the 2-1 leg advantage. Race to 8 now, of course, in the final. Yesterday he got so
140.
close, he got to 7, as we all know. Couldn't get that 8th leg. Joe Cullen picked his pocket.
81.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be. Well, I think all the players would be happy to see him pick one up. He's a popular player, pretty much with everybody.
15.
And again, he would have watched Humphries go through the
180.
ranks like he has of Challenge Tour and World Youth Champion, and then win a Pro
Game
Tour,
shot.
and literally just move through every facet of our sport.
3-1 and looking good for Van Veen at this stage.
We've seen Humphries
140.
under the pump a few times today, and he's got this incredible ability to not
60.
panic and just wait for that surge of scoring power to arrive rather than try and force the issue.
He has, but just feel, Chris, if you keep
41.
going back to the well, eventually it comes up dry, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Eventually.
And we've seen that so many times in our sport, haven't we, where players have
140.
had to graft and grind to get to a final, and ultimately there's little left.
Yes.
The tank is empty.
Van Veen up 3-1, race to 8.
140.
And with the darts here, can make it 4-1.
Humphries,
140.
well, that was a minimum requirement for me. Van Veen still a massive favourite for the leg and a 4-1 lead, especially if you can find
140.
exactly that.
Oh, treble 17 would have left the bullseye. But Van
97.
Veen now striding to the hockey with 3 in hand, looking for tops to go 4-1 up on the world number 1.
Game shot.
Bingo. 4-1. What a start. Well, it's more than a start now, isn't it? Because it's halfway to the winning post. So
Yeah.
it's a good start and moving into the meat of the
57.
match, and he's still on top and playing well. What will he be thinking, though, Chris, as the winning post
125.
comes into sight, I wonder?
Yeah, I think it reminds me a lot of when we were watching Dobie try and get over the line his first
95.
attempt in terms of a TV title at the Masters, and he needed a few chances, didn't he?
121.
But I think if he races away with this one, which right now looks likely, I don't think we'll see any
140.
winning line jitters this time.
$100.
Well, is this going to be another break or throw? He will have a chance at 155, difficult as though that is.
99.
Oh, it could have been worse for Van Veen. That's unfortunate.
58.
All right, can Humphries just close that gap to 2? There's the treble 20. Double 16 required. Double
Game shot.
16 found.
Very impressive.
And needed.
And needed, yes. Much needed.
100.
And interesting, you talked to Luke. He actually read.
100.
Listen, everybody loves to win easy and as comfortable as possible, but he actually is the kind of player that enjoys this test and examination.
100.
It's being examined here, and no mistake. Before that dart at double at the end of that 1-1-0 combination, he'd hit 1 out of 7 in this final at double, so...
135.
Yes, well, he missed 3 darts at a double in the opening leg and then 3 more in leg 2.
Indeed.
140.
I used to hate these type of games. I'd much rather win as
59.
easy as possible, but
Why would you want the stress?
yeah. But there is no better feeling when you do find a way to win.
51.
There's nothing pleasurable about
No.
it. Or the process, should I say.
No, it's hard work. It is when you get to the end of the process, but...
133.
Right, well, the 1-1-0 now for Van Veen that we've just seen Luke Humphries take out. Treble 18 for the double thereof. Humphries nodding with, with approval. With,
74.
With worry, I think, more than approval. But
Yeah, you could see that he expected that to find the target. 20 and tops.
34.
just flicked a flight the way through, I think, didn't it?
Yeah, it just forced the dart over the top.
Yeah, that's why Humphries was so expressive in his reaction. Double 18 for Van
Game
Veen,
shot.
and he's got it.
Well, it would have come out of his hand, Rod, and he'd have felt like, well, that's in. Because
Yes.
you sort of know when you've got the
Yeah.
weight of dart
Yeah.
right. Like I say, it just brushed against the flight and
100.
To go
Made
to the top of the crossbar, didn't it?
Yeah.
97.
as long as you keep your opponent more than one away, you always still feel like you're in with a shout. And they get on the
180.
hill, that's when you think, right, I think my race is run.
Well, John Park's theory of darting relativity is if your opponent is closer to the finishing line than you are to him, you're in trouble. So here, it's 3-all, isn't it? Van Veen is 3 from the finishing line and Humphries is 3 from him. So if Van Veen wins this leg,
180.
then John Park would put Humphries in trouble.
I like that.
140.
But Humphries should close the gap. Importantly, on double 16.
9.
Well, another 2 missed. Now, this one shouldn't matter, but it might.
2 treble 19s. No, he's not got the first one. So, sigh of relief for
94.
Humphries as
So
he comes
he
back.
gave himself a bit of stress. So we talked to stress. Humphries gave himself a bit of stress, didn't he? Because he had to worry what Van Veen was going to do instead of just starting the next leg.
Game shot.
And he has found it last dart in hand in the end.
Squeaked home.
So it's 5-3. Van Veen still needs 3. Humphries needs 5.
140. $96.
For Humphries, he needs to find one of those little spells where he
140.
reels them off in sub 15. The mood Van
100.
Veen's in, that may not be enough. Maybe in one of those situations where
100.
he needs to find a 9.
A 9-time
96.
winner on the development tour, Van Veen. Winner of the World Youth Championship. Winner on the Challenge Tour. But on the CV, a glaring gap
97.
of no PDC senior major title. Well, not major title.
Yeah.
Major title missing, obviously, but any kind of title missing. And this is the
100.
first step towards a big TV major, winning one of these.
Yeah, it's
These don't come
it's part
cheap.
of the process, isn't it?
It is. 12.
I was already
Game shot.
writing down 13 as it is. I will write down 14 dart hold. Now he is within 2.
And Humphries is 3 away from him,
59.
so there's the trouble spot. The trouble button flashing for Humphries now.
Especially after starting with only 59, but not punished.
Well, kudos to Van Veen to even get back into this position after what happened to him yesterday against Joe Cullen in that final. But Humphries
180.
riding the storm.
Well, what impressed me most, Rod, was the way he started the day.
98.
He had Steve Lennon, which is no pushover. Steve Lennon averaged nearly 96 against him, but he got it done with a 96.17 and 6.2, so there was no hangover.
No.
He didn't come in here with any kind of negativity.
Needed a maximum to leave a finish there and
100.
couldn't find it, so Humphries now should close to 6-4, but he's got to get some kind of result on the Van Veen throw.
89.
And he was then tasked with a real tough match against Ratajski. It was always tough to beat, and he got the job done there, 6-3 with a 103 average. And just those
100.
2 opening salvos, I thought, yeah, this kid's got it.
So Luke Humphries looking at the treble 18. 20 would leave him a dart at tops.
58.
Hasn't found it, so Van Veen, long range, half chance.
$92.
Well, he's there now. If Humphries fluffs his lines, that's a long way off for him. Yeah, can't even use as a rangefinder.
15.
Well, this isn't for the match, but you feel it virtually is,
Yeah.
because it would put him 7-3 up, and it would be another break of throw. So 52 points for 7-3. Double 16, 2 in hand for the governor.
Game shot.
Beautiful finish. And Humphries missing one chance too many here.
Well,
And
it's now in his hands, isn't it?
oh, well, he's got multiple legs in which he'll start now.
Yes.
Including this one to start with, Chris, the 11th, then the 13th, then the 15th. You talk about the positions you want to be in, and this is the one you want to be in.
Absolutely.
Knowing you've got 3 legs on your own throw, and if you can win one of them, you'll defeat Luke Humphries and win your first
100.
Pro Tour title.
And he's already held 4 times in this match and broke 3 times.
180.
And he piles in a maximum to give himself all the breathing space he requires.
If there is any doubt, that max sort of dispels the doubt. And he's in again. Oh, that was a deflection.
121.
Well, can't leave a finish after the second dart. Even the 60 leaves a bogey, but look where Humphries is at this moment.
100.
So 6 at 159.
One treble he'll be happy with.
102.
Just nudges himself down to a 2-dart combination. So he's going to get match darts any second now, Gian Van Veen.
100.
To eradicate yesterday's heartache from his memory. He wants tops for his first PDC Pro
Game
Tour
shot of the match,
title.
Gian Van Veen.
And Gian Van Veen consigns yesterday's heartbreaking defeat to Joe Cullen to history. And the scalp is the big one of the biggest ones. The world number 1, the former world champion, has to succumb to Gian Van Veen, who is in the winner's enclosure on the PDC Pro Tour in a Players' Championship for the very first time. It's congratulations, Gian Van Veen, who beats Luke Humphries by 8 legs to 3 in that final. Dominant display by the big Dutchman. Humphries hit 6 maximums, but he missed too many darts at double. He missed 15 in that final, far too many at the wrong times too. And Van Veen kept punishing him until he got to the finishing line. And this time there was no mistake. There was no multiple missed match darts this time from Gian Van Veen. And
Eitel, how good
he's
does
now
that
in
feel?
conversation with Mark Wilson.
After yesterday, amazing. I think I've had 2 incredible days here.
felt a bit hard done by yesterday. I think everyone watched it and I was heartbroken. But to make it right today, to rectify it, is unbelievable.
How tough was it coming back today after what happened yesterday? It was a tough one for you to take.
Yeah, as I said, it was really hard today. Yesterday, making the final, beating players like Michael van Gogh and Luke Littler is always amazing. But to miss 6 match starts, to take my first title I was heartbroken. I think I've never felt so angry after a game. And to make it today is unbelievable. To play Luke Humphries in the final, I knew it was going to be tough. He let me in a couple of times, and I took my chances. And yeah, just really happy today.
You've played well across the 2 days, as you said, yesterday in particular, outstanding. But today, again, you've put in some pretty solid performances.
Yeah, last couple of weeks or months, I've been playing well, especially this year, 2025. I've not played too much bad games. I don't think I dropped on the 96 average in those 2 days. So I've been really playing well. But I was really looking forward to picking up my first title, and I'm really happy I did today.
So what does it mean to you now? Obviously, you've completed the set, World Youth Champion. You've won on the tours underneath. You've now won on the senior tour. What does it mean to you?
Oh, mate, so much. Last year in Budapest, the Euro Tour came so close, beating Michael van Gogh in the final. That really hurt. Yesterday hurt even more. So I'm really happy to pick it up today. First match start finally in. I think it's really massive for myself to get over that line, to know what it feels like to win one of those titles, and it really gives me massive confidence going into the next of the season. It's going to be a lot of busy weeks, a lot of Euro tours coming up, so I'm really looking forward to it.
It's a good time to be in form, isn't it?
For sure. Yeah, as I said, it's going to be really busy the next coming weeks, so really looking forward to the rest of the tournaments. And if I'm playing like this, like I have done in the past 2 days, I think I'll do well.
Have you felt any pressure, obviously, because everyone's talking you up? You're going to win. He's going to win soon.
Yeah.
He's going to. Have you felt that yourself? I know you say you've come really close. But
Yeah.
have you felt that from outside?
Yeah, for sure. I think, I was number 25 in the world. I was the highest ranked player in the world without picking up a title. So I really felt the pressure, like I needed to pick one up soon. Or, last year I said, we started 2024, I want to pick up a title this year. Didn't happen last year. Really happy that it did. As we're only in March this year, so as I said, especially after yesterday, this really feels good.
And I guess your family will be delighted. I know all your friends here were delighted when you got that tops in.
Yeah, for sure. I got a flight in an hour and 5 minutes. I think I'm gonna miss it, so I'll take the next flight tomorrow morning, and I'll happy be home, and then on to Hildesheim next week.
Well, you can enjoy your night. You've got an extra few quid in your pocket now. You've got that win.
Yeah, we can safely book another flight, no problem.
Brilliant. Well, congratulations. Well
Thank
done
you.
for getting it done, and congratulations on a great 2 days.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Well done. Well done,
Cheers,
mate.
mate.
Brilliant. Thank you.